I'm going to try to make the case in this video that living on a cruising boat is as close as we will ever get to actually being like Han Solo cruising around in his Millennium Falcon in Star Wars. Hear me out.
I got a bad feeling about this.
So exactly how is living in a cruising boat like living in a spaceship? Well, first, I think it helps to draw a distinction between living in a house versus living on a boat. So let's think about this. What are the things that a house is dependent on as it relates to the services that it gets from a city? A house gets power from the city. It gets water from the city. It gets its trash services from the city. It gets service from a fire station. It gets sewer services from the city. It gets access to repair services from the city. Homes also get road access from the city. Houses even get police services from the city. But on a boat at sea, you are completely on your own for all of these things. So sure, when your boat is at a dock like this, you are getting most of your services from the city. However, once you step off the dock and you are out in open water, your boat becomes much more like a spaceship than it does really anything else. So, like a spaceship, you are responsible for generating the power aboard your vessel, and then you have to make sure you're storing that power for later use and the management of that power to keep all your systems operating. Also, like a spaceship, you need to keep up with the water in your tanks so that you can stay hydrated and showered, as well as using water for the myriad of other things that you need. Whether you're getting that water and holding it in your tanks, or you are making that water through a water maker system, it's another thing that is left to you to manage and maintain. Not to mention all the plumbing on your vessel to move all that water around the different places on your boat. Like a spaceship, you're also responsible for your own propulsion systems to get you where you want to go. And not just the propulsion systems, but also the subsystems that make those propulsion systems operate. From your fuel system to air intake to water cooling, the heat exchange, the wet exhaust, so many subsystems just in engine propulsion. But propulsion doesn't stop at the engine on a sailboat. You then have your sail plan, which is all of that rope, that running rigging. From the running rigging over to the metal standing rigging that keeps your mast straight, there's lots of things to make sure that the sailing side of your propulsion system is all functioning properly to keep you going where you want to go on those adventures. You have the winches, you have the mast being in column, you have dozens and dozens of blocks, right? These pulleys and trim tracks, and then just the health of your sails in general. Here's another thing that's like a spaceship. Something important, and this is definitely going to get some people mad at me because you're not supposed to say these things today. But to be in your own spaceship, in your cruising boat, you got to be a little bit like Han Solo. Notice that Han Solo, well, he was a pretty fit dude, right? And so too does the person need to be who's cruising on their boat. You got to be decently fit. You don't need to be a Navy SEAL, but you do need to be able to do things like climb up the side of your mast in a storm to deal with something that's occurred, maybe mid-mast somewhere, right? You got a sail that's hung up, you got a reef that's bound up on you, you have one of the cars got stuck in the tracks. You're gonna have to be able to find certain levels of fitness within yourself so that you can rise to the challenges that the ocean is naturally going to throw your way. Because the ocean doesn't care about your background. The ocean doesn't care that you haven't been to a gym in 30 years because you have a bad knee and hip. It just doesn't care. It's going to give you challenges, and you're going to rise to those challenges or you're not. And if you have a hard time getting in and out of a dinghy or moving around boats at boat shows, then I would say that probably an RV would be a better thing for someone in that condition. right? A recreational vehicle, something you can pull over on the side of the road. You never have to lift your foot more than about this high. And that's mean. It seems mean, but that is the truth. And if you're not in that shape and you're thinking about boating, then guess what? It's within your purview, within your ability, within your power to go get in shape. So let being physically fit be part of boat life and your potential aspirations towards it, or just to motivate you further to keep pressing on fitness while cruising around on your spaceship, on your boat. So I'm going to give an example of that. This is how I get in and out of my dinghy on Nomad. And this is a subpar setup. Not everyone's setups are this difficult. I'm not saying this is normal at all. I need to get this more figured out in a better way, but this is just a challenge of being on a boat and part of the reality, and why I tend to think of got to be a little bit like a cowboy. You got to find that inner Han Solo. But at the end of the day, being on your own mothership, being on your own Millennium Falcon, shall we say, is all about the remote destinations. It's about the far off places that you head out to and that you cruise to. It's about the world opening up to you and being able to get on your boat and be completely self-reliant, maintaining all these systems, keeping everything running, and being, well, a lot like a Star Wars character. That really brings out the inner nerd in me, and I think that sounds amazing. It's wild to me to think that we have a dinghy that we launch off the back of our mothership, and it's like a little shuttle taking us to and from land and opening up the world and more adventuring and possibilities to us. To me, there's something that's not just adventuresome and romantic about being in a boat, but something about the inner explorer comes out in all the challenges that comes with cruising around the world on what is the closest that we will ever get in our lifetime to being on a spaceship.